Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel, welcome back. I'm Maryam, and in this video, we are going to see what's up in makeup for the month of February. I have a lot of new products in front of me, lots of lip products, lots of interesting new innovations, some of which impressed me, others that may have impressed me more, but I'm not gonna give too much away. You're just gonna have to keep on watching to see how this look came about, testing all this newness. So with that said, let's get into this video. Subscribe if you aren't already. Notification bell, Wednesdays and Sundays videos, and now let's get into it. What's new in makeup for the month of February? Here we come. Alright, so I have this PR package from L'Oreal with their True Match foundation, which I've always liked. And I'm not sure if this one is reformulated or not, but it does say here that there's a new pump. There's 3 shades that were sent to me. From what I remember, I am shade W6, which is a warm medium, but I also have a warm 6.5 and also a warm 4.5. But I gotta say, the warm 4.5 looks a little bit darker than the 6 and even the 6.5. Okay, so now that I'm reading the PR package, it says here that for the first time, it is formulated with up to 6 pigments for our most precise match. So as you can see, here are the pigments. There's a yellow, there's a red, a blue, a green, a white, and a black. Supposedly this is gonna give me a super accurate match, though I gotta say I like the original W6. I've always liked this foundation. It was one of my favorite ones from the drugstore. So I'm not sure if this is now reformulated, and because of the reformulation, it is now a different shade. So let's just test them out before I even get any further in this video. So this is my W6. It looks like it's still working, though it does seem a little bit peachy to me in the monitor. I can kind of see it on my neck, actually. All right, I'm gonna test out the 6.5 now. Also, it sounds like now there's a mixer in the bottle, which I don't recall there being one before. Ooh. So the 6.5 next to the 6 now looks a lot more olivey. So let me test that on my olive neck. I feel like that's a pretty good match. And just for fun, let me test out this very saturated warm 4.5. This is supposed to be a light medium, but I don't know. It looks kind of dark to me. As always, I scored it way too much. I'm gonna test this out right here. Like, this is way too orange and much more saturated and deeper than the other two. I gotta say, I feel like I should mix 6.5 and 6, because I don't remember the original 6.5 being this olive, and I don't remember the original 6W being this peachy. Micellar water to the rescue. Let's begin. So my skincare is already on. I applied it about 20 minutes ago, maybe 30, but I feel like my skin is still a little bit sticky. That's okay. I'm gonna reach for my DANESSA MYRICKS primer, the universal shade of the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. This is a primer that works really well for me. It mattifies and it also smooths my texture, as you can see. And I'm wondering how this will pair with the L'Oreal True Match foundation, which I've always loved, but I'll be honest, I haven't reached for it in a minute, frankly, because there's just a lot of newer foundations that I'm reaching for more. But this one was always a fave. I'm gonna do a little bit on the forehead. I don't want to clip my bangs up because the way that my hair works is that if I clip it up, after I clip it down, it'll probably remain in that same position, and then I'm gonna have to literally wet my hair again and redo them. So I really don't feel like going through all that trouble today. So I'm gonna go ahead and reach for these 2 shades. W6, W6.5. Gonna mix them on the back of my hand, 1 pump of each. Whoa, that's a big pump. But it's nice that there is now a pump, because the original foundation just came in a bottle that you'd literally have to pour out of, and it would always pour out way too much product. All right, so I'm gonna mix that with this brush. It's kind of the mixture that I'm going for. Should I do like that girl from TikTok? All right, I feel like this is more than enough product for me. I still have quite a lot on the back of my hand, but I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection brush, and I'm gonna start buffing this out. I really like this mixture. So the new W6 is too peachy for me, but mixed with the new 6.5, which is greener than I remember, it becomes quite right, like the right shade. Man, the finish on this foundation is as I remember, just so smooth, so fresh looking, so easy, so natural. I love it. The coverage is still very good. It's like a medium buildable type of foundation. Lovely, lovely, lovely coverage. Honestly, this feels like a luxe foundation, but it's at a drugstore price. It is a L'Oreal foundation, and oldie but a goodie. I'm gonna need to remember to reach for it more often. All right, so I'm gonna use whatever's remaining here and just stamp it on my forehead so it doesn't look so out of touch. Generally, I like to match my foundation to my neck, which is my natural skin tone. There's no self-tanner. I don't use self-tanner, especially not on my neck, especially not in the winter time. But my face is naturally very discolored compared to the rest of my body. It's not like how I remember it when I was growing up. It has a lot more like redness and dirtiness to it. And sadly, I credit that to all the years of damage that I did to my skin. Picking pimples, using really harsh chemicals on my face to clear my acne, to attempt to clear my acne. So I always try to match my foundation to like my neck color that you see here, or like my shoulder if my shoulders are exposed, or like something in between, because my body is naturally a lot darker than my face, and so I try to kind of go in between so it doesn't look like a complete mask, but so that it also doesn't look like a floating head. All right, okay. I feel like this is a really, really, really good color, and most importantly, I just love the way it looks up close in my mirror over here. It looks excellent. I'm gonna need to remove this foundation from the back of my hand before I actually ruin my little cream top here. Let's move on to concealer. I don't have anything new to test out in the concealer category, so I'm just gonna go for Tarte Shape Tape, my always and forever fave. I know this product is too much for some people, but for me, it is just perfect. I feel like it was made for me. I love it. It never creases, it never oxidizes, it never shifts colors. And this particular formula actually can be used as foundation all over the face. I've tried it before years ago and I loved it. Personally, I thought that Tarte should have created this exact same product, but in a larger size, and just call it a foundation. It would have been great. But we're not talking about that today, are we? We're talking about new makeup, and we're seeing what's up. What's new? What's good? Is that a cat hair? I am feeling cat hair all over my nose today. So bear with me. Next up, we have a bunch of new blushes. First of all, we have some powder blushes from Nars, but we also have some cream blushes from Nars in the Orgasm collection. So I have two here, just the original Orgasm and also the new Orgasm Rush. Eager to test this one. Looks like it's a stick with a lot of product. I'm impressed. So I'm just gonna go straight from the tube. Apply a little bit. Looks like a bronzy, kind of rusty shade. Not really my fave, but let's see how it blends out. Oh my god, the cat hair. Oh, where is it? I'm gonna use this brush from Half Magic Beauty that I love so much. Oh wow. Okay, Orgasm Rush. This is actually really, really lovely. So this shade and this formula is very easy. It has just like a slight hint of shimmer, so you could see how my cheekbone is just like a little bit wet, but it also has just a hint of color and that nice warm bronziness. I really like it. Very, very lovely. I'm gonna see if maybe I can layer a little bit more with my fingers, or maybe even with this brush. Wow, really unexpected. So dainty. I mean, I'm not surprised. Nars products are really good, but I guess that color at first didn't sell itself. Also, I have this new Glossy Cheek Tint Dewy Blush from CIATE. Is this actually new, or have I seen this before? So this is a squeezy tube. I'm gonna squeeze out a little bit. This is very pink. Oh, it is so lovely. I'm gonna try this on the other side of the face and see if I can blend that out with my fingers. Oh, this is stunning. I'm sorry. I'm keeping you. There's a nice strawberry-like scent. The color is very similar to Benefit's Benetton, but the finish is a lot glossier, so it actually feels a pinch sticky, but not like a balm. I love this. Really, really nice. So now I have a dilemma. I wanted to test out this translucent powder also from CIATE, but I have a feeling this would absolutely not go over this. So I'm gonna have to fake it. No scroll wheel. Also, how am I supposed to detach this? I'm always weary to test new powders because so many of them just don't work for me. And so far, I'm really liking my base, and I have a feeling that this could go either way. It could either be really good or really bad. All right, here goes. I'm gonna dip my brush. I'm gonna start with the under eye. The good thing is that this powder is white, so even if it's not translucent, I'm hoping it'll be at least brightening. So far, so good, but I have to be real careful with how much product I apply and where I apply it to. All right, not bad. I'm gonna take a much bigger brush, this one from Jones Road. I'm gonna very gently just hit up the borders of that gloss. You know what? It's odd, but they're kind of working together. Like, it's minimizing the gloss just a little bit, but the gloss is still glossing. Could this be a good powder? All right, let me try this over the Nars blush. Kind of like eliminated any shine from the Nars. Not too bad, not too bad. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and reach for the Orgasm Foreplay Blush Quad from Nars. So now this is a powder blush palette, all shimmery tones, all orgasmic shades. So this would be the Orgasm Rush new shade that I just tried. This is the original Orgasm, and this on the bottom is Orgasm X. I think I'm gonna reach for the original. I'm gonna bring back a little bit of color and a little bit of shine back to this side of the face. Really lovely. These are the type of shimmery blushes that I really like. They have a hint of shine. They're not glittery by no means. They're not texture enhancing. They're just pretty. They give a glow, but they're not metallic, and they're not blinding like a highlighter. It's very subtle, but very, very flattering. I like this. I'm not gonna do that to this side of the face. I like it dewy. I like it slightly balmy and wet, though my hair keeps sticking to it, so it's not ideal. If my hair was up, this would be perfect. All right, let's move on to some eyeshadow palettes. I have two eyeshadow palettes, one from Nars from this new Orgasm collection, and it is called Orgasm Rising Eyeshadow Palette. Ooh. And it is just such a pretty, unexpected, warm bronzy type of color story. For some reason, I was expecting mauves and peachy tones, but this is very wearable, but kind of glam. So it's like a nice day to night shift. There's matte shades, there's sparkly shades, there's satin shades, and there's even these two semi-satin shades over here. I don't know if you could see, I'll show you a close-up, but this is pretty. The other palette that I have is also a 9-pan, and it is from CIATE, so a bit smaller. Off the bat, this reminds me of Huda Beauty. It is the same size, and this one is called Chocolate. Kind of very similar color story. These like warm tan shades. I guess I can dip around into both and see if I can come up with something. I'm gonna go for this white base from GERARD Cosmetics. Whoa, picked up way too much. Don't need all that much. Brighten it a smidge. Okay, I'm wondering if I can recreate the exact same eye look using both of these palettes on different eyes. I think I can. I feel like the colors are very, very similar. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Nars eye, CIATE eye. I'm gonna reach for this Sigma Medium Tapered Blending Brush, E49. And this shade on the bottom here. I'm gonna map out my crease right there. Attach that to the outer corner and round it out. I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, am not the hugest fan of Nars eyeshadows. Although they're fine, they're good. I can't really complain about them. I guess they're just not memorable enough for me to want to reach for them. I'm talking about the palettes. But this is pretty decent. Pigmentation is good. It's not super, super pigmented, but this is fine. As long as the shadow is smooth and easy to work with, it works for me. It doesn't have to be super pigmented. I actually feel like it's much easier to work with a lesser pigmented eyeshadow and build it up the way that makeup artists do, rather than take away pigment and try to blend it out once you already have it on your lids. So we've got like a nice shadow base happening here. I'm gonna clean off that brush. I'm gonna reach for a color that is very, very similar from the CIATE palette, this one. And I'm gonna add that to this lid. So again, just mapping out my crease. Ooh, this one's a softer shadow, so it applies quicker, but you can also build it up. Connecting that outer corner. Very, very similar shades. This one is a little bit warmer, whereas this one is more neutral, but it's such a slight difference. You can't really tell. So here's where the difference comes in. The textures in this eyeshadow are also different, whereas this one's only offering us matte or shimmery, even though two are swirl shimmers. But in this case, I actually don't have a much deeper shade if I want to continue deepening. So I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna dip into this palette, the darkest shade. I'm gonna add that to both sides. Right here, and then right here. I feel like my bangs are so distracting. I'm gonna take a big tapered blending brush and just work those edges of the shadows into each other. Next, I'm gonna take this brown shade here. It's like a shimmery, bronzy, antique looking shade. I'm gonna add that to the lid. It's beautiful. Really, really, really lovely. Cleaning off my finger. And then I'm gonna reach for, let's see, maybe this shade. Again, very, very similar. And I'm gonna add that to this side of the face. This is a much cooler brown than the Nars one, though you probably can't tell. I'm gonna add a little bit of interest with this shade here. Looks like a shimmery frosty champagne. Pop that to the center to make it more alive. Oh yeah, that did it. And then on this side, I'm gonna reach for this one. It's It's like a pinky champagne. I'm gonna add that here. Not as sparkly as the Nars. Like I said, this is still like a shimmer formula, but pretty. Tiny little brush, dipping into the lightest shade of the Nars, highlighting the inner corner and brow bone. This doesn't look like it has the lightest shade, so I'm gonna borrow another one from Nars, and there we go. 2 looks, 2 different palettes, almost. Oh, I got one more eyeshadow formula to test out, and it is from ColourPop. It is their Jelly Much Gel Eyeshadow. I picked up just a few colors from the PR package that was sent to me, just like my favorite colors. The rest I'm gonna give away. I'm gonna reach for this Field of Fairies gel eyeshadow. It looks like a really whimsical, beautiful pop, but basically this is what it looks like inside, just like a putty. I'm gonna add this to my lower lash line. I never really do this, but I see this a lot in K-Beauty, and I think I wanna try it. So basically, I'm lining my lower lash line with this wet gel-like eyeshadow. In Korea, they call this area the aegyosak, which is something that little babies have, and so they always try to mimic that like fatty lower lash line or under eye area. I gotta say, it doesn't really work on every single person, but if it's done right, it can be cute. I'm not sure if I'm the ideal candidate because I actually don't have an aegyosak. My eye is pretty flat underneath, so maybe this looks a little bit freaky on me, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Next thing I'm gonna do is test out this mascara from CIATE. It is called the Wonderwand Intensely Volumizing Mascara. Packaging is really, really cute. A non-gimmicky wand. I'm in love already. So let's test it. I'm gonna curl my lashes. Also gonna curl the bottom lashes because I definitely need some lower lash mascara. I feel like that aegyosak is really distracting, and right now I need to distract from it. All right, so let's try this mascara. It's giving me new mascara feels, you know, but what I also like is that it is separating all of my lashes. It's making them kind of airy, kind of feathery. And I don't have the longest lashes in the world. In fact, my lashes are on the short side, but this is making them feel a lot fuller and, dare I say, even longer. All right, so that was one coat. Boom. Oh, wait a minute. I think I might need to show you these lashes up close. I have a lot of eyeshadow happening, so maybe you're not appreciating how pretty and how feathery this actually looks, but I'm pretty impressed, and I don't really get impressed too easily. And the last few mascaras that I've tried have been under par for me, but this one honestly seems pretty promising. All right, let me do the lower lash line, and then I'll show you the final full look. So cute. Ooh, I even kind of like the way that the shimmery lower lash line looks with the mascara. Suddenly, it's become interesting. Wait till I fix the bangs. Ooh, I even feel like it'll be cute if I clump some of these lashes together to create doll-like lashes on the bottom lash line. I feel like it might be cute with this whole vibe that I have going on. Okay, let me show you a close-up, and you tell me what you think. Is it me, or is this mascara quite promising? All right, let me show you the rest of the face. Extreme close-up, this side of the face. This side of the face, the dewy one. Not bad, huh? And I didn't even apply my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. Maybe I should. Let's actually make this perfect. I mean, who can really tell that I'm wearing 2 different eyeshadow palettes? No one. So Mineral Veil on the pores and over here. Only thing is the gloss is casting a little bit of a shadow when I turn to the side. You see that? I don't know, maybe it's just me. But overall, I'm kind of feeling this vibe. Let's move on to lips. I have a lot of products in the lip category that are new. I have a bunch of products from Rimmel, and these I believe were sent to me for Valentine's Day. I actually have a lot of candy that was sent to me by brands for Valentine's Day, from Artist Couture to Fenty to Rimmel to Patrice. So thank you to everyone who sent me candy. I appreciate it. But anyway, onto the lips. I have some new products from One Size. I have the new lip liners and also the new Velvet Flex Cream and Cushion Gloss Lip Duos. And I also have a separate PR package with all the shades. Look at that, all the lip snatchers and all the lip liners. So maybe I should save these for a giveaway. Also, I have these new red lipsticks from NATASHA DENONA from the I Need a Rouge lip collection. So we have the lip crayons and we have the lip stilettos in the shade Emilia with an E and the shade Gigi. I know someone named Amelia, so shout out to you, girl. Oh my god, so cute. I feel like it's the shade that I need to put on. But I also kind of want to test out the One Size. And wait, I also have one more thing to show you guys. Forget the filler. Balm stick from Lawless. This is Annie Lawless, the founder of Lawless Beauty. And what we have here are a bunch of lip Plumping Line Smoothing Tinted Balm Stick. So just by the sound of that, it's reminding me a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury lip balms, Something Kiss balms. So you know what? I'll save this one for another video. Right now, I'm gonna test out just one of these shades from the one size, and then I'm gonna go on to the color from NATASHA DENONA that I really wanted to try, which is Emilia. All right, so I'm gonna go for the shade Shy But Fly, looks like a nude, and I'm gonna complement it with the shade Trade Finder, which also looks like a nude. I'm gonna remove the lip liner that I'm wearing now, a little bit of foundation. There we go. And now onto the lip liner. I can't tell you how much I enjoy the traditional pencil lip liners. They are my favorite by far. I'm not a fan of the retractable ones as much as I love just the traditional pencil ones. And before I even start, I gotta say, I'm expecting big things from one size in the lip category because Patrick, okay? Patrick is known for being like the king and queen of overlining the lips so masterfully. I'm expecting big things. I want this to be good, and it better be good. And you know what? So far, so good. This is reminding me a little bit of the NYX lip liners, which are some of the best. Just like a traditional formula. I like this shade of a nude. It is a very pale nude, but I think it'll work with this Flex Cream and Cushion Gloss. Oh, wow. Not sure if this is a shade for me, or at least it's not a shade that I would wear on its own. It is like entirely too nudie, but also it has a very warm, almost orangey undertone that I don't think is very flattering against my skin tone. I think it's a little too close to my skin tone. I don't know, something about it is just not working for me, but maybe I can use a different lip liner to make it work. All right, I'm gonna grab a brown. Rent Dew is the name of this one. I'm gonna see if I can darken it. Okay, maybe that's a little better. So this feels actually quite comfortable on the lips. It feels like one of those non-transferable liquid lipsticks, but much lighter and definitely a lot more flexible. Like you can smile, you can really smile, you can scream. It won't feel like your mouth is on fire. Okay, so now I'm gonna reach for the gloss. I'm still sticking to this shade, Trade Finder. It's interesting that they paired this very warm nude with kind of like a rosy gloss, but let's see if this is where the magic happens. You know what? I gotta say, I kind of appreciate the innovation. The fact that this duo together creates a very flattering color, whereas this one by itself just did not make sense on me, makes it so much more interesting than what I was expecting. So I guess what we have here are a bunch of lip combos that maybe you wouldn't necessarily think to put together, although some of them do look like they're matching shades. Like right here, the red. I appreciate this perspective. I wasn't expecting this to work, but I feel like it's working now. And I'm kind of into it. I would totally wear this actually. And I think it goes with my eye look. It's definitely a little bit more dressed up, a little bit more sparkly and more glossy than I'm used to. It definitely feels like, you know, some product on the lips, but it's cool. So that I appreciate. All right, but I actually did want to test out another color from another brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna remove this. It's actually hard to remove. Feels very sticky. No way I would be able to do a swatch video with this product. And there's a lot of glitter particles still remaining on the lips. Not ideal. But anyway, in the spirit of Valentine's Day week, we are still in Valentine's Day week, and I am sure people will still be celebrating this weekend. I am gonna reach for this NATASHA DENONA I Need a Rouge lip crayon in the shade Emilia. Yes! Pencil, ooh, but a retractable one. But it's a sharpenable one actually, not a retractable. It's just one of those plastic sharpenable pencils. Okay, let's try it. Wait, but first a little bit of foundation. Ooh, beautiful classic blue base red. Superb glide, very, very soft and pigmented. All right, and now for the matching lipstick. Ah, so chic and sleek. Ah, so skinny and so pretty. That's how much product we're working with. I like that the tip is already rounded. So beautiful. You just can't go wrong with red. So good. So now this feels like it's a very long-lasting formula. It looks kind of matte in my monitor, but there's a slight shine, almost like a leathery shine to the quality of this lipstick. I personally really, really love it. I think it's sophisticated. I think it's really pretty. And I think I just might wear it this weekend. Swatch Model and I actually celebrated Valentine's Day earlier. We celebrated it on Friday. We went to a spa and then we went to our favorite movie theater, caught dinner, caught drinks, but we're actually not going to be able to celebrate it on Valentine's Day, so maybe we'll celebrate it twice on the weekend. And maybe I'll wear this Emilia red. I'm feeling kind of cute in this color. Let's talk about everything that I've tried, and let me just gather my thoughts. So you already know how I feel about the lipstick. I really like the way that it looks. I like the way that it feels. It feels comfortable, beautiful, it feels long lasting, and I really like it. The foundation, I gotta say, surprised me a little bit because with the new addition of the pigments, I felt like the W6 that I used to wear used to match me a little bit better. Now it's a slightly different shade, and I also don't remember 6.5 being as olive as it was, but mixed together, they seem to be working for me just fine. I like the way that my foundation looks. I like the way that my complexion is looking. I really like the blush, actually. I was pleasantly surprised by the Nars cream blush, Orgasm Rush, and also the shimmery blush on top of it. I feel like it's quietly sophisticated. Something about it is just really laid back, but elevated. And I like that look. I also really like this Dewy Cheek Tin from CIATE. I think it's really fresh and could probably look very nice if my hair was up in a bun, away from my face. The eyeshadow palettes, neither one really impressed me that much, though I do like the looks that I was able to create with both of them by dipping mostly into this one for this eye and mostly into this one for this eye, and then borrowing a couple of shades from each one. One of the things that I really enjoyed in today's trial was actually this CIATE mascara. This felt refreshing to me. This felt like a mascara should. It gave me that new mascara feeling, but a little bit better because it actually did something for my short little lashes. It made them fluffier, it made them a little bit more separated, and I liked it. I also kind of enjoyed playing around with this ColourPop Jelly Much eyeshadow on my lower lash line. Although this is not a style that I typically go for, I could see myself utilizing this type of product and this technique for a different look altogether. Perhaps something totally minimalistic without too much eyeshadow on the top, but maybe with like a sparse false lash type of vibe and maybe some dewy skin. I can see myself working this into some of my creativity when it comes to makeup. So on that, I think I'm going to wrap up this video. I guess everything that I tried today intrigued me, and I'm definitely interested in trying out more of these lip duos from One Size, though I can't say I enjoyed this initial color as much as I enjoyed it with the gloss on top. So with that, I just want to explore into that collection a little bit more, see if I can find some color combos that are my favorite, and then get back to you in another video on how that went. So on that note, I am going to say farewell. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna invite you to check out more of my videos, and I'm gonna say peace out because I'm out, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah!